All right, welcome to Grit Grown Here. I wasn't ready for the thumbs up yet, but anyway,
okay.
We're glad that everybody joined us this week. Last week, we do apologize. I screwed up and scheduled the live podcast for 9:30 a.m., and so therefore we didn't go live, though we were recording, and we did push it up on YouTube and the other platform on Friday morning. So sorry about that. I know one person at least reached out to me and said they were really looking forward to watching because they were off, so they were able to sit down and watch, and nothing was there.
And there
so that was my fault as we learn how to do this thing. Anyway, we're just glad that you guys could join us this week, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into the week in review question. You ready, Gordon?
Sure.
And you, Jim?
Absolutely.
Good. And you, David?
I got it.
Good. And you, Rob? Yes. Now we just did introductions too. You see how
how
we
about
did that?
that?
Great.
Yeah, that was
yes.
very slick way of
Very
doing
slick
things.
way, yes.
Yes.
So, Slick Willie. No,
Clever.
Well, I was
quite.
going to call it Slick Robbie.
Very good, very good. So, goofy, grit growing, or unusual? Anybody want to go?
Well, I did the unusual, I think.
That makes sense thinking
About who I am.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So, my daughter asked me several months ago to go to church with her on Sundays. So I started doing that. And I know that they were traveling, whatever, but they came back in last Saturday. And I am headed to church. And I started to think, are you going to church to worship God? Or are you going for your daughter?
Yeah, good question.
And, and I pondered that most of the way there. It's about a 25-minute drive. And
You can think that long about one subject.
I did.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. And so, ultimately I said, well, she's there, and if she's not there, I'm going to go worship God. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And she wasn't there. So that was kind of a confirmation, I guess, from God saying, yeah, just focus on me, bud.
Yeah, yeah. Those are cool encounters, aren't they?
It was different.
Yeah, yeah. Pray for more and look for more. They're coming.
Always.
Yeah. Anybody else? Goofy,
Amen.
grit growing,
Well,
unusual.
Grit growing, I think, for me.
Well, I got something.
Go. Go ahead, Jim.
Jim? Okay. I was camping with the boys, and I've been camping for 34 years. Last weekend, and I got the nerve to pull up what we do podcast on Facebook, and they watched it. And I was scared of what they were going to do.
Yeah.
So that took grit.
Yeah.
It was goofy
Certainly. Putting
because
it out there, being
man,
vulnerable.
it was hilarious to watch. And the guys really liked it.
Good.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
that's my goofy and grit.
All right. All
Very
right.
good. All we need to do is get them to subscribe so that they can see us a little more often.
My daughter came to church last week, and she noticed that I didn't say anything about the podcast at church, and she goes, "Dad really needs to put out there that there's a podcast that they're doing every Thursday night so people know about it." I was like, "Yeah, I do need to do that." So, anyway, Gordon, you had your hand up back there in the back.
So this week was another great growing opportunity for courtesy of work. So basically summed up as character isn't revealed when people talk about collaboration. It's revealed when the work actually lands somewhere. So the backstory here real quick is that
Hold on, man. I gotta. I'm smoking right now. My brain is smoking, man. That was deep, bud. Go ahead.
Well, so I had gotten a hot drop on me, and
What does that mean?
that means basically here's a pile of work that I had to do in ASAP.
Okay. Okay.
Hurry up. Why isn't it done yet? Give me a report
Gotcha.
while you're late.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the whole 9-yard rigmarole.
Yeah.
And then it's done, and it sits on the boss's desk for. There we go. Okay.
Yep. But
Hold on. Oh, sorry. This is not a violent show.
yeah. But not only that, right? That's ultimately what did happen is just sitting at the moment. But we'll see how that plays out. But in the moment, though, I had a choice, and I was fighting between both sides of this because usually my take of this is that, and I knew the subject matter of this, it takes coordination from other groups.
Yeah.
And chances are it's going to end up sitting on somebody's desk.
Right.
So why with the fire drill? You lack a plan and that whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Right. But so I was fighting and screaming on that part of it to push back.
Yeah.
And I eventually said, okay, no, I just have to go do this and do my part and move on.
Get it done. Huh?
Now, it did not look that pretty, as my wife can attest.
Meaning, what didn't look pretty?
As far as it wasn't that clean.
The attitude, are we talking about?
The attitude.
The attitude.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand. We
Yes,
talking about
yeah.
a piece of paper here?
Thank you for dragging that out of me. Yes, the attitude.
A lot of four-letter words, huh?
Yes, there's plenty of that going on, but but I was able, at least on the work side, keep it clean. But
On the work side, I like that.
yeah, she got some of it.
Yes.
But it could have been far worse on that side too. So I was somewhere in the
Sure,
middle of that spectrum and growing, I think.
I like the advice that Jim gave. I heard him give a long time ago when we were doing a group counseling kind of growing session with our campus life leadership team. He talked about only one crazy person at a time.
Yeah.
The other person has to kind of catch it. It sounds like that's what Jess was doing. She was catching you crazy.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've she was,
Fair to who?
To everybody, but to be fair, she was catching some of it.
Uh-huh.
But I was doing other
Some containment?
I was doing some containment.
Okay,
And
cool.
that's why Jesus gave us the Beatitudes.
Yes.
Cool. And for me, I'm going to say grit growing again this week. And it was essentially, it's been a hard couple weeks dealing with some family stuff. My mom's passing, trying to clear up her
Estate.
final affairs, dealing with the bank and getting things where they need to be, where my mom wanted them to be. And the bureaucracies, the bank, they were not cooperating very much. So they have a special estate section, and they weren't very helpful at all. And I called them and knew that immediately after I began the conversation, this person was going to blow smoke and mirrors so they could get me off the line and go back to polishing their nails or something. But anyway, they didn't help. So then I took a trip down to the bank branch and got face-to-face with one of the cashiers, and they helped square everything away and help me
Well, that was
understand
nice.
everything. Yeah, it was awesome. So I was able to close up what I needed to close up and pay out what I needed to pay out to,
Right.
end that. But it's been like a arduous ordeal. So, and also, of course, the mourning of the loss of my mom.
Yeah.
And so it's been very, I'd say, semi-dark times, trying to navigate that with the ups and downs and being discouraged, dealing with the discouragement. And so anyway, grit growing. I haven't enjoyed this last couple weeks at all.
Okay.
So, but I'm still here today.
Yes.
That's right. Good. All right, we're going to jump in.
We're glad.
Well, thank you, man. You guys are good friends. True story. So we're going to jump into the getting to know the crew segment. And Jessica is going to be jumping up. Are you on camera, Jess?
I got the camera on, yeah.
Oh, awesome. And she's mic'd up. She's ready to go. So we have
You gotta push it.
I
the
know.
getting to know you questions here. So younger years, high points, Jess. She's getting the camera all lined
I
up.
see.
She's doing 3 things at one time. Very
yeah.
talented. Very talented.
Okay, so sit back and squint. There we go. Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
you, girl. Younger years.
Younger years. I guess some of the highlights would be I grew up as a pastor's kid, and so at a young age, I was taught to enjoy church.
Okay.
And when I started going to the adult service, my dad had arranged for an older lady and her husband to sit with me during the service. And so what she did was she blew up the hymn book. She like photocopied the hymn book.
Oh, okay.
So it was bigger so I could read it and
Right.
follow along.
And that's because you're visual.
Because back then I was extremely nearsighted.
Okay.
And couldn't read small print.
Right.
That explains everything.
And then she would bring like activity books, like math books and map books, activity books for me to do during the sermon so I wasn't bored.
Right. Very
And
helpful.
so it kind of, made me really enjoy church. And then when I was old enough, I did
Hold on.
accolade.
Doing math, doing church is enjoyable. During church is enjoyable. That's
Well, I
for
was
some
really worried about what you were
Unexpected
saying
outcome
about.
detected.
I was worried about what she was saying about her dad's sermon.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was.
No, he did talk about me. Yeah, without asking, but most of the time. But
Well, that's normal.
yeah, I was
Dads
used to
talk
it.
about their kids. Yeah.
I was used to it.
Yeah, that's cool, Jess.
So yeah, so I did acolyte when I was old enough. Mm-hmm. And then I remember my second grade teacher her name was Mrs. Watson. She has passed away. She passed away several years ago, but we would see her when we'd go visit in the summer,
Okay.
even after I finished school. And she was really cool. And when I would wear a dress to school, she would call me Dressy Jessie.
Oh.
Like she was always
sweet.
very encouraging. And so she's like one of the teachers that sticks out to me the most. And then in college, some of my friends from a different college through Crusade threw me a 21st birthday party,
Oh, that's
which
wonderful.
really meant a lot.
Yeah,
It was
wonderful.
a total surprise.
Yeah.
So it was after Crusade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And are we moving on? Okay, that's college years, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wedding.
You got married.
Yeah, and I got married in 2007 to,
Gordon Cone.
Yeah. The guy
After I
sitting
was
next to you. Yeah.
grown up. Yeah.
Cool. I got to be there too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And Mr. Dave. They were both in the wedding.
We had some good. What was it? It was
Mexican.
no. What was the day?
Cinco de
Cinco de
Mayo.
Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. I was
I
looking for
remember
those
that.
words. Yes.
Matter of fact, I'll send Gordon an email every once in a while when I realize it is Cinco de Mayo.
Yes. That's cool. And you had what kind of jobs, Jess?
Well, I worked work study in college.
Uh-huh.
And then after I finished college, I worked for a couple years as a cashier at Rite Aid.
Okay.
And then I did a couple years at a daycare as a preschool teacher / daycare teacher in
Right.
a preschool.
Cool. That's hard work right there.
That is.
That was fun. I
Yeah.
loved that.
It's good that you can enjoy things like that.
I enjoyed that. It was coworkers that were a problem.
Yes.
It's the nature of life and work.
Hey, Jim, we were just talking about stinky diapers, weren't we?
Oh, I had plenty of those.
Yep, I can smell it
we
still.
had the blowouts, yeah.
You still have the fragrance of your grandson lingering in the room?
He's still here, man. He's still here.
Oh, good.
Okay, we're working on Jess. So.
I know, man.
Okay.
All right.
And then I think the most impactful thing was when I was taking care of my nephew,
Okay.
because because I had learned to grow up and take care of somebody else.
Yes. Desan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonny. Yeah.
And what's going on with Sonny?
Sonny is he's autistic.
Yes.
And he's blind
Yeah.
with mild cerebral palsy
Right.
and epilepsy.
Yeah. And you guys brought him in, loved on him.
We took care of him for
Yeah.
a year and a half, and it was a struggle. And
Yeah.
he still is very manipulative.
Right. Oh, unlike every other human being on the face of the earth.
Yeah. He may not be very good at math, but he's very good at manipulating people.
Yeah, well, that's a
Now-
mathematical.
And let's
calculation.
let's bring out something unique about him. He's also got half a brain, right?
Yeah, less than half a brain.
But that's pretty amazing. I mean, he's an amazing young man.
amazing memory. Oh my goodness,
Yes.
the stuff he remembers that I told him. I'm like,
Yeah.
you remember me telling? Oh, I did tell you that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is amazing. He's an amazing young man.
He's a miracle worker.
Yes,
he
he
was
is.
born at 25 weeks.
Right.
Wow.
Everything about him, right? Everything about
literally.
him. And in our culture, the son would be disposable, wouldn't he?
Yeah, which is sad because he brings such a joy.
Yeah, absolutely. It also speaks to the character of your sister and your parents and your family, in that you guys were like, nope, we're going to take care of him. So it speaks to the character, the true and good and straight character, even though it was the hardest
hard.
road,
Yeah.
right?
hard.
The hardest road.
Yeah,
So-
it was definitely the hardest road. But
Yeah.
it was rewarding in so many ways because it helped me realize that I'm autistic too.
Okay, that came out.
That's what came out after
Okay.
working on getting him diagnosed. And as what I noticed, I was like, okay, I wonder if there's a reason why I connect with him so well.
Right. Yeah. But that's a beautiful picture right there.
But it was cool because it just realizing that and having my therapist, tell me the same thing. And, when I told her, and it was just amazing because it just made everything growing up make sense. And why I always felt so out of place. And like I wasn't really myself because I was masking.
Right. Right.
And now that I know it, I really don't try. So hard to mask.
But it's freedom.
It's freeing. Yeah, it's definitely freeing. And I got to see the face on Allison when I told her. She's like, oh, little gears in her head. I can see the little gears in her head turning.
Oh yeah. Well, Allison and I, we'd already kind of been thinking about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And because when you're around people for a long time, we've known you guys for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And when you get to know people, you see certain things about who they are and how they are. And it's over the years, things have become clear and made more sense, right?
Yeah.
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 It's been wonderful. And what about, let's see, where are we at now? We're at, why are you a part of this chaos?
Because I think the world needs to know what true character is.
Right.
And morality really is, because this world is so jacked up that it doesn't really know what's left from its right anymore.
What?
think-
Is there a left and a right?
Oh, no.
I was afraid that she was going to use some of your favorite terminology.
But
Are you always
A
afraid
hole-
of that?
It had to do with a hole in the wall.
Yes.
people are so at each other's throats nowadays, and it's like
Oh my!
it's like love is really used to be the centerpiece of this country, and treating people kindly and with respect, and that's just gone down the drain.
Yeah.
Like Gordon and I were talking that how our forefathers would be rolling over in their graves right now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
The way how far off the country's gone.
So are you saying, let me catch this. Are you saying that each of us get a rotisserie in our graves? Just joking.
Wow. Maybe I should have that added.
Figure of speech.
Oh, figure of speech. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that I can relate to that
I think he's done.
because my brother passed away a few weeks ago, and we're planning the memorial service, all that. I have a brother that lives in Scotland, and someone called him and wanted to know if he was planning to attend.
Right.
And his reasoning was just unbelievable, that he wasn't coming because the family is mostly conservative and he's not.
Ah, that's heartbreaking.
And that when I heard that, I was like, are you kidding me? You can't go give a goodbye to your brother,
Wow!
Yeah.
But
Wow.
life is broken. I mean, we're full of broken people, and it's okay to be broken.
What?
It's okay. It is. I've been there, done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't repair it myself either. I just stayed that way.
I think Jim has made a career out of that, haven't you, Jim? Jim?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
you know,
Do we have
being
a
able to
delay?
see the serpents under your
Yes, go ahead. Serpents under where?
being able to see the serpents under your feet is really tough sometimes when you're trying to accomplish something.
Yeah.
And I think to Jess's point, I really think that there are forces in our culture right now that are working to divide us
Yeah.
and to have us at each other's throats. And we will have to find our way back together. And I think we can do it through Christ. And I think we
Yes.
can do it through character.
Yes. Amen. And people got to step up and lead the way, right? They got to do the hard thing. They got to love instead of hate, right? Which, I
Yes.
mean, of course, division is all about one of the words I like to hear on the news, fomenting hatred. Anyway, I hate words like that.
If you think about that, like those forces, like the last 2 weeks that we've been coming down, we've had like major accidents on 178 on our way down.
On you, while you guys been coming to
Like-
go do the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I wonder if somebody's trying to keep us from coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just doesn't seem like twice in a row does not seem like a coincidence.
Walk steady, build true. Wisdom, whisper, wisdom.
Yeah. Got it, Gordon. Now that's some of Gordon's DJ Gordon on online here. So that's some good stuff, dog. Anyway,
All right.
yeah, that's good. Jim, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Cool. We're going to jump into the starter question. 20 minutes in.
Yeah, no problem.
So, who was someone in your life who influenced you for good and was a person of true character that comes to mind? A person in your life who influenced you for good and was a person that you would consider somebody you'd see as an example of true character. Anybody? Nobody has one. No, just joking. We're all thinking this was a
we're
surprise
thinking.
question. Yes, go ahead, Jim.
I got one. Well, I have to say, is my father. He always worked with people. He was a teacher, taught kids music from all ages, and taught middle school and high school history and English. He also directed a number of plays and shows year round for kids.
Right.
And he also took care of Sunday services in church. He was a minister of music. So he never had a day off and worked so very hard, which was amazing to see someone do. But one of the things that really stuck with me about Dad was that he never left anybody out. And there
like
are
that.
opportunities all over his career to, have a cutoff for people that you're working with. He never did that. He included everyone because he thought everyone was valuable.
Wow, that's a great example. Yeah,
He is. That's all.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. That was a good one, man. That was a good one. My father was one too, like that, and I shared a couple stories last week about my dad because I was really thinking through this and wrestling through it, remembering. Maybe that's why it's been a hard couple weeks, thinking about the people that are lost, if you will, or gone home with Jesus and how much I miss them. And I think it's been hard for that reason too. But one of the things about my dad was I can remember being a 10-year-old kid, and I talked about the fishing at Milford Lake. Well, this was another scene at Milford Lake because we went there quite often. And so my dad and I are fishing, and all of a sudden we start getting shot at, probably with a rifle. My dad picks me up, runs behind, there's some big rocks, throws me down behind the big rocks and says, "Don't move, I'll be back." And then he goes and flanks this guy. Now, my dad was a Vietnam veteran, infantry soldier. And during that time in his life, he was international espionage agent. It's 3-letter word there, spy. And so that was probably the reason we were getting shot at, because of what he did for a living by some other country's operative trying to take my dad out. And so that was quite scary. But in that experience, I just think about my dad's choice to snatch me up, throw me behind a rock, and then go after the person. Yeah. Right? And my dad wasn't armed or anything. My dad's going after the person. And he did find where the person was located, and he found the empty casings from the bullets that were fired. So, I mean, I was like, whoa, man, he's hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, that's a man of character. You know, when you're willing to, again, I know I'm his son, but, you know, just the fact that he stood there and did that, and what an example that was for me I was a 10-year-old boy at that point, but man, what an example that my dad set in that situation. Anything from you, Gordon?
Yeah, I got to follow that because, as you're sharing that story, both my dad and my grandfather come to mind. For me, what comes to mind is the notion of hard work and just helping people out too.
Yes. When it hurts?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, all over the map, but just even as simple, like with my grandfather, for example, always taking people, when he was retired and stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's taking people all around and, getting to where they need to go, being a chauffeur, right? And then, doing what he can do to help out. And, with my dad, just, working hard just to make, make ends meet.
Yeah. Yeah. To make ends meet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's wonderful. And again, so that's an awesome example, right? Of how to get life done, even if it's hard and when it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, David, I heard you raising your hand.
Did you hear me?
I heard you raising your hand.
I'll tell you. I thought it was the blinking that I was doing that made you hear me. Okay. My dad was gone when I was a kid.
Right.
So by 9 years old, he was no longer in the house. When I was 18, he passed. And so right after that, I met a man named Wellman Finch. What an unusual name.
I remember Wellman.
Wellman Finch. And Wellman very quietly took me under his wing. I was new in the transportation industry, and Wellman showed me the ropes, made sure that I got into the correct fraternities within the transportation field.
Right.
And he was there when I got married. He was there when my kids were born. He was there when we had them christened. He was there for their birthdays.
Wow.
I mean, we just sort of adopted him. He was a client of mine, which is the other thing that was kind of amazing. And then when he retired, he continued to come down to our house. He moved to New Jersey. And
so he came down from New Jersey.
He came down from New Jersey to do kennel club dog shows.
Oh, wow.
And he would call the dogs into the ring. And it was a passion of his.
Right.
He didn't have a dog of his own, but he definitely loved dogs.
Being a part of that whole community, I guess.
And during those years, I found out that his sister's husband had passed and didn't leave anything for her, no insurance, no nothing. Right. And the only thing she got was that small stipend from Social Security. And so he bought her house from her while she lived there. And he lived in D.C. and she lived in Toms River, New Jersey.
Wow.
And he paid off the house over the years while he worked. And, he would go up to see his sister. And, I mean, it's just lessons like that. That's true character. That's somebody giving of themselves when they didn't have to. He was a bachelor his whole life. Yeah. Because he was a very shy person. Very, very shy. And would sit. He was the kind of guy that when the clubs would meet, he was always the guy in the background getting everything organized for everybody else. Never calling attention to himself.
Wow, that's amazing.
So
you used a word a lot at the beginning of that, and is like he was there, he was there, he was there, he was there. Yeah. What a significant statement that is. Yeah. Right?
Character is built one decision at a time.
Yes, Jim, was that you? Just joking. I knew who it was, but You got anything to say about it was there and character, Jim?
Well, I thought I already went, but
You
that's
did.
Get it?
are we moving on to character formation, or are we still with question number one?
We're wherever that question leads you.
Okay. I'm reminded that we're kind of helpless creatures unless we find our way in this world, and we need someone like we've all described
Yes.
to lead us, to be a role model. And really that sets us up with a blueprint for life and a set of do's and don'ts and morality and character. And that's really important. But what God gives us too, I believe, is the challenges. And we may emerge wielding our swords or our shields or whatever we do young in life, but we're going to face lots of challenges, lots of hurt, lots of struggles, desperate struggles, and lots of pain. And what God reminds us is that iron sharpens iron. And this, to me, is what builds character, how we come out of those things.
Right.
How we come out of them thanking God for bringing us through and making us stronger and wiser.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting point you bring up. Thanking God for bringing us through.
Yes.
Often I find myself in the middle of hardship, like I'm thinking back about into last week a little bit, and I'm just thinking about there was several moments, more than I'd like to admit, that I was not being very thankful for the character building that was going on at the time.
Well, ditto here with my example too.
With work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I'm processing that,
Yeah.
I'm not very thankful for it.
You know, I'll tell you what I was thankful for though. When I was at the bank and the person working with me there was helping me understand what was going on and why there were some issues and helping me to resolve the issues. After I left the bank, I was so thankful for God encouraging me strongly to go down to the bank and then connecting me to the right person that was willing to take the time and help me walk through it. So I was thankful after. During, I'm not going to say I was very thankful.
Grace gives you room. Truth gives you direction.
Very nice. Very nice. Cool. We got a passage of scripture I want to hit this week to connect to last week. Of course, now we're 33 minutes in. So this is good stuff. All in God's time, right? All in God's time. So it's Philippians chapter 4, verses 8 through 9. Paul is writing this to the Christians and the believers in Philippi. And they're people like me and you. They got real problems. And they need God desperately. And he writes this, and now, dear brothers, of course, he's always teaching. He's always giving direction. He's always giving advice because he was a man of character. And he went through some things, and he was wanting to walk with others just like him who need God's help and also need the help, and I think Jim hit it, of other people as examples, what not to do also. But anyway, he says, and now, dear brothers and sisters, let me say one more thing as I close this letter. He's about to close off this letter that he wrote to the churches in Philippi. He says, fix your thoughts on what is true and what is honorable and what is right. And that picture that he's painting there is fix your thoughts on things that are real, things that are genuine, things that are honest. And then also that word he uses, right? The things that are honorable, right? Because there are things that are dishonorable.
Always.
And things that are honorable. But he says, I love how he says, fix your thoughts on these things. Because it's really easy, like last week, I was getting drugged down into the dirt. It's really easy to fix my things on things, all the lies, all the game playing that goes on, all the people that are supposed to be providing a service, dodging their jobs.
Yes.
Right. And
Dodging.
also, yes, dodging their jobs. Right. So they can have an easier job, if you will, or lord their power over you and not give you what you want. I hate to think that way, but I do think people do that. Also, what is right? What is just, what is fair, what is upright. So again, going back to that moral code that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, going back to a moral lawgiver in God as one that has to help us understand what's true, what's honorable, and what's right. A very important aspect of it. So, that's a passage of scripture that I go to when my thoughts start going not to things that are true or honorable or right, or things that are pure, or things that are lovely, or things that are admirable, or things that are praiseworthy. Notice there's no negatives here.
I did notice that.
Did notice that?
I did, and I was thinking about the desperation that we see in our society.
Yeah.
And I believe that desperation is tied directly to them believing in things and focusing on things that are not right, that are not honorable, that are not trustworthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is freeing
Yes.
in your soul to focus on what is good and what is right.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Points you in a good, healthy direction. When you walk down that road, though there may be hardship, you walk down that road, you come out on the other side, and you have this sense of, I've done right. I've done what's honorable. I've done what's good. And to know that, and knowing that God helped you to get there, just for me, it makes me hunger for more of that.
Yeah.
You know?
It does. And
Yes.
when you are thinking on those things, you tend to notice the unnoticeable in people. So I had a small experience 2 days ago where I was walking along the shoulder with some people from my job, and there was so much trash that was thrown on the other side, and we had a big team of people out there picking it up.
Wow.
And then we had to walk past those people to get back to our vehicles. And
Right.
I looked at these people, and I didn't know whether they could speak English or not, but I said, thank you
Right.
for what you do.
Wow.
Because probably nobody has ever said thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's not a good job. You know, it's very hot, very
Yeah.
very
It's a hard
labor
job.
intensive.
Yeah.
Yep. And people don't show any kind of Thanksgiving to them because they continue to litter.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We got a crew down in
That's a
at
good
Matt's House
point.
Church that cleans the community down there.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been doing it now for 15 years.
Wow.
We've had different guys rotate through, and it's a pretty wonderful thing. But it is very thankless, if you
Yeah,
will.
thankless.
Right. Jim, any thoughts on some of those words from Paul?
Oh, I think it's great. It reminds me of when I was a correctional officer in 1976.
Yeah.
I had to go out on the gun gang when the inmates were bushwhacking, carrying a shotgun, making
Yeah.
sure they were doing their job. Some really did put their backs into it and really did care about what was going on. Some were,
Right.
jerking off, having a bad, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You had to keep them together. But it's amazing what you can find, even in those confines, about people that will do the right thing.
Oh,
Good example is warning you about something terrible that's about to happen. And they would never have to do that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to do that, but they
Wow.
did. And
Yeah.
I was always very thankful for that.
yeah, that says something pretty powerful right there.
That does, because I mean, even though they have committed a crime and they're doing their time, they still have a character that they're
Yeah,
respecting
good point.
in themselves.
Good point. And we always need to be growing it because we've all stepped in it. We've all committed crimes. Not all of us have been caught and thrown in jail for those crimes.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's a pretty powerful
Precisely.
statement. Great example. Great example, Jim. Another word that gets used a little further on. Think about these things, the things that are pure, the things that are lovely, the things that are admirable. And that word think is that idea of setting down before you. So in your mind, you set your mind to thinking about the things that are lovely. See, last week I certainly wasn't thinking about the things that are lovely.
No.
Today, when I was driving around the road to meet a friend, there was a couple young ladies in a car that were supposed to be merging in to the lane I was in. And they were making me become the merge lane. And they determined that I would not be in front of them.
They made
And
that.
so I wasn't necessarily thinking of things
That were lovely.
that were pure and things that were lovely and things that were admirable in that moment. But that said, that's a really good statement, right? Set down or set out to, which is something you have to determine to do.
Yes, you do.
Right? Because you are confronted with circumstances where you don't want to think about pure,
Exactly.
lovely, admirable. Gordon, feedback, thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of along the lines of what's being said here, right? That it's that background stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that stuff that it's not flashy, right? But you make that choice to go ahead and do those things anyway.
Kind of, we were talking about Wellman.
Wellman.
Yeah.
The Mr. Background. That's
Yeah.
really what he is. And
And without Mr. Background,
things
stuff
don't get done. Right, exactly. I have a handwritten, it's kind of like a letter, but it was sort of made into a plaque where all these men that were a part of this organization signed off that they appreciated the fact that he was that background guy doing it. And I saved it, after he passed.
Yeah.
Because that is meaningful. It's a testament to his character.
Absolutely.
And that's what I want my kids to see.
Yeah.
Is that character isn't necessarily flashy.
Yes.
The consistency of it all means everything.
Yes.
Even though it's not, it doesn't call attention to yourself. So you're not going to get the accolades. You're not getting the pats on the back.
Yes.
It is who you are in your essence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's who you are when nobody else is looking.
When nobody else is looking.
Yeah. Good
But
word.
somebody is looking.
And then again, that Paul uses that word, think about these things. Again, set down, keep your mind focused on this. Think about things that are excellent. It's hard to do that when I'm thinking about our legislation, our Maryland state legislature who just finished their session. It's really hard for me to think about things that are excellent or praiseworthy because I really don't find, and again,
Well, can we praise that they're done?
Yes, that's the joy of the 90-day session. 90 days, it's over.
It's over.
Regardless, they can't make the clock go further.
No, they can't.
They
but
do freeze it a little bit. But
They work it. They work it, though. They work that clock to exploit the people of the state of Maryland, the citizens, the tax-paying citizens particularly. And they, anyway, I can go on about that. See, now I'm not thinking about things that are excellent, things that are praiseworthy. That's how easy it is.
And your time is running out.
But you're
It is
containing the
running out.
madness so we can carry on.
Yes, yes.
Well, is the praiseworthy piece of that, right? Yes, we have an imperfect system,
Yes, we do.
right? But we are here.
Yeah.
And we are in America in a system that does work. If it can work.
It can
Absolutely.
work. Yes,
right?
it can work.
Absolutely.
And not everybody has that chance.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's very true.
It is.
And-
And there
but-
you go. That's
but
a good
then-
angle, Gordon. I like that.
But when you hear all these
Gratitude.
people talking America down like we're the worst country in the world, it's disheartening to hear that. And
Yeah, it
you're
is.
like, well, go to the country you think is so wonderful and see what it's like.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, in England, I used to think England was so wonderful, and now they're arresting people for saying words.
Yes. And praying,
Yeah, and praying. Yeah,
even in their living rooms.
Yeah.
Praying.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, everything is turned upside down.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim, thoughts
Yes,
on
sir.
that? Feedback?
Well,
Comments?
I think being able to contain the madness, at least in your own mind and heart, is so important. And again, one of the tasks we have as men and women or leaders or just people like Dave was discussing, holding it all together for
Right.
everyone. It's so important in the big picture so that the rest can carry on in due time.
Yeah, Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's hard to hold that road. It's hard to hold that
Yes.
road. And like my son always likes to say, with God's help.
Yes.
Yeah, I love
With
that word,
God's
man.
help.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I told my wife today, I said, such a simple statement, but such powerful meaning and
Point of view.
point of view, import. I mean, if I recognize that and call out for help, boy, God's there, period. Anyway,
And
God,
Jesse has great timing with that too.
yes, he does. He's always on time with the wisdom from God. That's for sure. He brings
Yes,
it.
he
He
is.
brings it. Verse 9 in Philippians, Paul says this: keep putting into practice all you've learned. Right? Learn from him. In other words, following Christ, but the things that he's telling them to fix their eyes on, what's honorable, what's true, and what's right. And where do we get what's true from? Who do we get it from? Because that matters. That matters. And keeping your eyes focused or mind focused on what's pure and what's lovely and what's admirable. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and we were talking about the clothing, let's just say the gym clothing that women wear today that is now normal active wear out on the streets.
Street, yeah.
Back when I was a kid in the 80s, you know, that kind of outfits,
Attire.
yeah, was limited to the gym. Now it's like on the street, man. Right? It's hard to keep your mind in a pure place, right? In a lovely place, in an admirable place. And we were talking about the struggle.
So if
Right.
they're wearing that on the street, are they wearing like suits and dresses, fancy dinner dresses at the gym?
Yeah, oh,
likely.
that's good.
No,
That's good.
no,
That's
no.
good.
Yeah,
It may
good
be
one, Gordon.
less that they're wearing at the gym. Who knows?
It sounds like they're
You
doing
really have to concentrate.
There you go, Jim. It sounds like they're doing Bridgerton at the gym and the gym on the street now. Anyway. But keep putting into practice, right? Because again, that's something that we have to do over and over again. And that goes to character.
It does.
It goes
Yes.
to character,
It's every day.
It's a
Right.
choice every moment of every day.
right? And all you learned from me and heard from me and saw me doing. I like how he emphasizes that. Because often we like to be teachers of stuff.
Yeah, but don't look at me.
There you go.
Don't examine my
There
life.
you go. As a pastor, and we'll kind of wrap it up around the comment here. But as a pastor, I was always astounded, and still am astounded by people that come and want to have a meeting, and they want to talk about. I already know generally it's about wanting a leadership role of some type, whether it's leading a Bible study or some other preaching or doing some other type of leading thing. And I always am blown away by, I always ask them questions. Well, tell me what you're doing right now. Like if you want to be a pastor, who are you caring for right now in your life? Who are you shepherding right now in your life? Who are you essentially an example to?
Yes.
Who are you walking with? And how are you doing that? And how's that going? And what have you learned? Most people don't have an answer to that question, and they don't like meeting with me after that anymore. But, I think that example thing is important
always.
for all of us.
Yes.
Because we started out today talking about some examples in our lives of people that were people of true character, people that made a difference and it left a lasting impact on us.
Right.
Even beyond the grave, because my father's passed, Wellman's passed. Yeah. So anyway, you guys got any closing thoughts on true character and what we've been wrestling with or the scripture?
I would say never give up and keep looking to God, keep looking to the Bible because it's all there.
Yes. Yeah, never give up. Good word.
Never give up, never surrender.
And that's why we have good friends in our lives.
Right.
To kick us in our rectal parts.
Oh,
Ding!
there we go. Bing.
Hey, you got it in there.
That's right. To kick us in
You
our
need
rectal
to have a
parts.
horn to honk when that comes up.
Oh, he's got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Want me to repeat it again?
No.
Boy, those
Let's
are
hear
good
the horn.
friends.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with being honest.
Right. Ask God for help. Ask God for help. Anyway, you guys can contact us. Actually, it'll be emailing Dave. That's the
Right.
email that'll come across. You can, like today, you can also leave a comment on YouTube for us.
Correct.
And you can we had the live chat running today for the first time ever. So we've made another milestone. But check out the shorts that are on YouTube.
Right.
One's called Free Cookie. I think the other one's called Display of True Character. That was the one with the story that you told last week, Dave.
Yeah.
And then we have Jim and Joanne pictured there, and Jim's talking about altruism. So you'll see those shorts under that. But thank you for joining us this evening.
Right. You're not alone.
You are not alone.
We are here.
Yes.
We would love to talk to you.
Yes, we would.
Email me. It's running across the bottom of your screen, dmayer@truecharactermatters.org. So
You got it right this week.
thank you. I had to think about it as I was saying it. That's what the hesitation was all about.
Yeah.
Between each thing. So yes, we're here. We want to talk to you. We want to walk along beside you, and we can't do it unless we hear from you. So
Yes.
it's up to you.
And we haven't arrived anywhere yet. We're all still on the journey.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's the fun part.
Right, Jim?
Righto.
Good. So Jim's signing off. Rob's out.
I'll be here.
You'll be here. Gordon,
Peace out.
peace out. All right. See you guys next week.
Yeah.
Same time, 6:45 on Thursday.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. We'll be here.
Bye-bye.
Yes.